Hello and welcome back to Angular 2 Masterclass with Alejandro Rangel. In this section, we will take advantage of using TypeScript interfaces for improving our code. So we will create an interface that defines the weather structure that we are going to receive from our API, and then we will use this in our app component. It's really important to mention that an interface in TypeScript, once it's transpiled to JavaScript, in JavaScript is nothing at all, because JavaScript doesn't understand about interfaces. So the question here is, why do we do then interfaces? The answer is because this will help our code and this will help developers to avoid mistakes. Because if we know that the weather data is in a specific format, then you will know, okay, I have to cast these values, or okay, I'm expecting the ID, the city, and so on. So the interfaces are just to improve our code and be less error proof. Okay, so the idea is that we will create an interface. Actually, I have a request from someone after I talked several times, and yes, interfaces should be named like iWeather. It's just a standard, most developers use it like this. So once I publish this video, you will see that in the final code is iWeather. Okay, but I keep it like this so you have in mind that it's just a convention that most developers use it, but it's not mandatory. What is really important in this case is that we have to specify first, we want to export an interface. So in this case, our interface is named weather, and it has several properties and with types like number, string, and so on. So we will take advantage of this in our example to make our application more readable. And this is a way that we import the weather as always in our app component, and then we can use the weather as it should be. So let's code a little bit, and this time I will improve the slides and we will create an interface and a class. So let's go for it. Let's see how it works. So, I was testing this before. Let's do it. So the idea is the following. Let's create first the interface. So I will call it iWeather.ts. The idea here is the I from interface. So we export an interface, iWeather. And iWeather will have an ID of type number. It will have main type string, it will have description type string, and it will have a city. Let's put it here. So it's type string too. So this is our interface. It's nothing but just the agreement of if someone implements this interface, it should have an ID, a city, main, and description. So now let's create a class. Let's create weather.ts. Weather.ts will hold a class, so we have to do export class, and the name of our class is weather. This weather class implements what iWeather. Oh, it's not there. Why? Because we have to import it, right? Okay, I don't like, yes. Import. Here we have iWeather from the same directory, and we have iWeather, right? So now we can do something like iWeather. Once we do this, see, you have this in red, and it's saying, okay, it's missing all these properties. Where are all these properties in our weather? That's what it's saying the IDE, and that's important of our interface. It makes our code better. So let's create a constructor here, and we will have public, and we will receive ID of type number. Then we will have the city string, then we have public main string. Okay, so with this we have, I think, all the variables that we need. Let's check. Property ID is not implemented. Yeah, I did a mistake here. See, I did a mistake, and that's super important. I noticed that now. Oh, let's see. It's a string, but our interface said it has to be a number. So we have a problem here. We correct, and our code is perfectly valid again. So our weather class, this is going to be our model, implements iWeather. How do we use this in the component? Well, we can do something like import, yes, weather from, we are in the same directory, so from weather, right? So here we can do weather, and this is when it comes really nice. We can do here weather, and we will have see, we have the autocomplete and also a help saying, okay, we have to pass the ID, the city, main, description. So let's see, city, Vienna. It's always here cloudy, always, and fully cloudy. Yes, nice. So in the future, another developer, without knowing what is weather inside, we can do weather dot, and we have autocomplete, yeah, for all the options. And if you put comments, they will appear here also. That's awesome, right? For those that come from pure JavaScript, this is a really big improvement. So let's do one more thing. Let's create a list, and we have here, let's put weather type, and we use interpolation, weather dot was name main, yeah, and here we do weather description, okay. So that's it. Now let's run browser. We have to wait, it refresh, and here we have it. Okay, so that's it. It helps a lot to have interfaces, so I will encourage you to start using interfaces, classes, and extend, implement. This will make your code better. If you are from Java or from C# or any other language, you will say, wow, that's nice. This is how I'm used to work. Yes, now JavaScript is going toward this direction, yeah, with ES6 and ES7. But in the meantime, we use TypeScript to do all these nice features. Previously I mentioned we have the interface, right, with all these properties. And let's see what is the final generated. Yeah, so nothing. Right? There is nothing here from our code. There is no ID. There is nothing. Yeah, that's the point. There is nothing from our TypeScript. In the end, the final version doesn't have anything related with it. The weather, the final version, yes, it has the ID, city, main, and you can see that all the annotations like this number, strings, and this disappear. So there is no trace of the iWeather at all. And that's the point. TypeScript will handle this. Okay, so that's it for our now with the interfaces, and let's go for the next video. So see you soon.